Right, and it's time to go fetch Whisky from the vet. She was gonna get done this yesterday. They kept her overnight again, so she's been there 2 nights. But everything is good, and we'll go pick her up right now. I'll take this car because it is huge, especially at the back. Look at that back seat, and that is where Whisky will be sitting. Coming to pick Whisky up at the vet. She will be done pretty soon.
Ons het daar ook gespuit vir die vel.
Hello Whisky. Ja jong. Is jy nou reg? Just picking her up from the vet. Just got here. And yeah, they say that it was a success. Show it to you very soon. Come Whisky. She's walking out by herself. Just look at this. She's doing great. Yeah, baie ligter. And she's walking out to the car by herself. She's just one of those dogs that gets things right. Gonna get in there now. She's been in there for 2 days. So. And I didn't unlock the car. And she just quickly wanted to just check out what is going on here. She's walking so much easier, and this is just after the operation. So go Whisky, come Whisky, come young. Let's just let her go in. Let me just get her in. I don't want to pick her up because she might be a little. Let's see. I'm gonna pick her up just like this. And she's in. Right. Getting back home. Just turn in here. And Whisky is so happy. Just look at her over there. And I'm sure she's going to get out of the car by herself. Just get in here. Let's see which tiger is coming to say hi first. Just going to park right here. Come Whisky. Oh, she's so glad to be back home. Come Whisky. And it's Diego that shows up first. So they treated her for her skin irritation as well. The hair is growing back. She looks terrible with her skin like this, but she's doing good. And she's running. When she walked out here the other day, that lump was so big, and she's just coming to say hello to everyone. Come Whisky. Can you believe it? All the rest of the dogs, they don't even know that she was away. We didn't tell them. And they're just saying hi. Well guys, it was a huge success, and so glad that we had that thing removed, and she's got a couple of years ahead of her. So yeah, stay tuned. Oh, this one just knocked me almost over the jack. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. So all of these doves are just waiting for me to feed them. And I've just been putting this stuff right here. So they will be coming down to eat within the next few seconds as soon as I leave. little Miss Sassy Pants just playing with that toy. Just check this out. She's more occupied with me now. Let's see that. There she goes. They just keep on playing. Well, I've actually done this chandelier. Last night we were working up till 3 o'clock in the morning. I only went to bed at 3 o'clock and got it installed. Guys worked very hard to get it done, and it was quite a job. So I'm starting to finish off this house. I've spent 18 years living here. When I moved in here, it was a small little house, and I just started building all the time and just adding to it. Diego is so friendly. We just spent a few minutes together now, and he even licked my hand. He's really friendly today. Enzo is sleeping in the jungle gym today, and Diego as friendly as can be. So yeah, when you start doing something like this, when you make the decision to move into a house and you start to build it, you can add to it, and you have to make it a habit of building something new once a month at least. And that is how you get something done. And don't stop, because the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And you make the environment around you better. But you have to get to that point where you make the decision to do it. And I think that is the biggest problem that people have these days, is to make the commitment and to make the decision. It was like when I got the tigers. I didn't know I was going to get them, but I knew instantly that I wanted them when the opportunity presented itself. And there was a lot of work that had to be done. And I think most of this place is because of the tigers. Because that forced me to just keep on adding things and to have more animals. Because now you stay at home because you've got tigers. And if you stay at home, you get more animals. So it's actually something that builds itself. And it is a very nice thing for someone who wants that. But it can also be a nightmare for someone who does not want that. So keep in mind, especially if you're still young, if you're in your 20s, don't want a tiger. It's not something that you would want. And once you've got him, he might become something that keeps you in a place where you don't want to be. So watch these videos and enjoy it. And keep in mind that you might get one day. But don't go and just try and buy one or encourage someone to give you one. Because it is possible. You have to know that everything is possible. If you are going to want to have a tiger for long enough, you are going to get one. That might be the worst thing ever. So don't. Focus yourself on things that you need at that space in time. If you are 20 years old, there's other things that you will need to do first. And there is always a lot of time left afterwards to do something else. Now, back to the house. When I bought this house, it was a small little space. This was the outside. All of this was still outside. And I remember the guy that had this house before me, or he rented it, he actually had a lot of dogs. And the very first time I came into this place, into the yard, I had to clean up after those dogs. And it took me about an hour because no one ever did it. So this was still outside. I can still remember walking here. This was part of the yard. And a part of me now says that I shouldn't have built this big house. I should have just left it as it was, a small little place, because it was small. These were the outside walls. This, you can see this is double walls, and this was the outside, the windows that was in this area. Right in here, I took that out and I placed it behind that screen. And the one that was right over here, because there was an arch over here as well. This was the outside. There was a door there. And I placed that in there. And part of that gate there is still part of that gate that was in here. So it all came together very slowly. But it's a good thing that it comes together slowly, because then you get the time to appreciate it and to put in the effort. And then you know what you have. So I just started, and I remember this was a wooden floor. It was a Rhodesian teak floor. And taking out a little part of that floor and messing it up completely when I tried to put it back. And then I had to sand this whole thing down, and it was a never-ending story. So there's a lot around this house that people don't know. Like, for instance, the door. This Kiat door. I made it. And I made that in August 2005. And this is what Whisky is looking like now. She is doing absolutely great. Well, this is Thursday, and it's 4 days after her operation, so she is perfectly fine. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and have a good day.